Today we're going to be looking at using the Gale research database for our National History Day projects. We're going to start this research by going to the WVSD Social Studies webpage. This should already hopefully be bookmarked in your research folder in your Google Chrome browser, but if it's not, it's also in Google Classroom. And I will include a link to this website in the YouTube video description below. So in order to find the database, we're going to go to research. We're going to click on WVSD databases, and we're going to see the list. There's a number of databases here. The CIA World Factbook is not really a district database. It's one that we use sometimes for projects, but it's not for National History Day because it only involves current topics and we're doing historical research. So we're going to scroll down so you can see the database usernames and password, or the database usernames and logins. They are all listed below. I'm not putting these on the screen though, because I just didn't want to put that information on the internet. So we're going to go back up and we're going to click on the this Gale link over here. I've already signed into the service. So we're just going to click over here and start our research. Now, this database is probably my new favorite one. It has a lot of different databases that you can search that cover all kinds of topics. So you could pick one. You could search them all. I like to search them all just to see what's in there. But if you wanted to narrow the focus, you could. So I'm going to research the Panama Canal simply because that's my topic this year. And I'm going to hit enter. So I can see here that there are lots and lots of resources. So I received several thousand hits. So I'm going to want to make sure I filter some of this down. So if I'm looking for magazine articles, this one, some students have not had as much success using with historical research, just simply because these articles tend to be a little bit newer and not really into the historical range. We could filter them from oldest to newest to see if there's an older one. Like this one comes from 1983. I'm not sure if I would use it, but it just depends on your research topic. Now, the academic journals tab. So these are academic journals are magazines and books that are published by historical societies, universities, different organizations that cover a wide range of topics. And so that you can see which one is here under each article. So like this one here is from the Journal of Shipping and Trade. It's about estimating a global demand model for soybean traffic through the Panama Canal. That's really not what I'm looking for. So I would also look for a book. Like this has books. So if you're having trouble finding a book, or if I don't have a book that you need, you could look here. They have a lot of encyclopedias that are digital. They do count as books because they are ebooks. So you could not only could you use this as a database requirement, so that would fulfill one of them, but you could also count this as your book. So you'd actually be filling two requirements with one source. So if I was looking for, let's pick this one, the Columbia Encyclopedia, the Columbia Electronic Encyclopedia. I can see here that it's 1,200 words. I can tell what Lexile level it is, even if I want to. I can see that it was published in 2021. Since it's an encyclopedia and a secondary source, that's okay. So this could be helpful. There's also citation information down here. Now, again, when you're copying this information from these databases, you want to make sure that you're entering the information in manually, just simply because sometimes these computer-generated citations are not correct, and it can also be more difficult to copy into your Google Doc later on. So the other thing I could do with this that I enjoy is I could send it to people, I could download it, print it, whatever I needed to do. This will also read it to you. So if you have your headphones, you could listen to the article. You could also save it to your Google Drive. It's a very handy database. The other thing I could do if I was looking for a book, this one has a lot of news. Again, that it may or may not be relevant. If I was looking at probably what's going on in the canal right now, some of these more recent articles would be helpful. But again, if you search by oldest to newest, this comes from 1839, so this might be helpful. This is talking about the proposed Panama Canal. So yeah, I probably would find some of these helpful. So if you find a news article that you want, they do have, looks like this is a scanned image, so you have to zoom in on the parts that you want, but you could use this. This would be a primary source since it's from the time period of the canal. So moving back to my search results, the next thing is this has images. So I might want to use one of these images in my appendix. So this is a picture of the canal in 1890 under construction. So this would be I would probably want to consider putting this in my appendix. It's a very big canal. So the Gale database actually offers quite a bit. You can get images, you can look at books, articles, newspapers. This one has some videos. So let's take a look at that real fast. So you can see, oh wow, it's a video. That's a primary source. I could take a screenshot of it. I could take some notes. That's pretty nifty. So that is something I could do with the Gale database. I highly recommend also using different search terms, like if I was searching for some people that were involved in the canal, or if I wanted to write a paragraph about the diseases that swept through the workers as they were working on the canal. That could also be a good idea, especially for my search terms. But that's very quickly how you use the Gale database. If you have any questions about this database or how to cite anything at any time, please just let me know.